What's happening? Retired Redskin, Dr. McCants. Part two. That's 400. Part two of why I think athletes go broke. I think the first part, like I said, was due to ignorance, um, lack of having a financial background, lack of not knowing what to do with money, how to make money grow, lack of a lot of male leadership. Um, you have several different, I think, variables that play in a part where some of these young black athletes are getting caught up. And then, like I said, the stupid part, uh, baby mamas. Yeah, how can I, when you're having sex unprotected with any random woman, yeah, you have a high chance of getting that random woman pregnated. And guess what? You gotta understand this. Like I say, this is the stupid part. Alcohol, drugs, women, bad combination. Unless I don't know when it is a good combination, but for the most part, there look there are some who are looking to get entertainers and athletes. Think about the pool. It's a small pool because over the millions of athletes that are at collegiate level, 0.5% of them go to the professional level. So that's a small pool for a lot of women. So guess what? Hey, quick check, not a problem. So now that $1 million that you may have supposed been making that year, they're coming after young black kids first. And then the other stupid part, yeah, most of them are young. That's the people fail to realize. These guys are young. I didn't realize I was an adult till I was 30. That's the reality of it. I'm 21 making $100,000 plus, and I'm trying to figure out why my lights and water don't work. If I paid a bill, maybe that would have helped out. But I'm just telling you, you talking about you're giving a lot of money to a lot of young folks and then expect them to act a certain way. Money doesn't change anything. Money makes you comfortable. Money makes you allow you to pay your bills. Stupidity, once again. Several situations where I can speak for the black culture that it's a loyalty factor that plays a major part of who's taking care of you, who watched out for you, who had your back growing up. But now when you got 70 people on your payroll, that in my opinion that's stupid. Grandma, mom, dad, whoever, uncle, who's the tightest and the closest, but your whole neighborhood, everybody in your family, he gotta have a house, or she gotta have a house, and that's where the stupidity comes in. Because I don't think they're thinking long term. Or if they are, they're not thinking that they at any point in time, one, they can get hurt, or two, that they're not in control of anything. An athlete is in control of everything but what they work out and how they work out. Taking care of their bodies, what they put inside of it. Because as an athlete, you have to understand, for all my young athletes watching this, you are now a business. That was just one of the smartest things I think of Mr. JJ. Um, when I got to the Redskins, he said you got to look at yourself as a business now. You can technically incorporate yourself. I got to take care of me. I got to make sure everything around me is right, financially, spiritually. You know that plays a major part. And then, of course, like you say, when you're dealing with these young guys who don't know much, who just know how to play the game and say, okay, well, take care of that. And you got to stand, man, you 20 something years old, I'm 40, 50 years old, I'm a lawyer, I'm a financial advisor. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I need 3%, which is what the league gives me. That's what I'm allowed to take. 1 to 3% is what the league, unless that's changed. I haven't checked the new contract, so that could change. But now, well, I'm gonna take care of these for you. I'm gonna take care of your bills. I'm gonna make sure your baby mama's paid. And in the meantime, I'm gonna slide a couple extra 100,000 my way. It happens all the time. Dudes start looking at their agent like, oh, Well, I thought, nah. See, I took care of all my money. I didn't pay my bills, but eventually I did. I took care of everything I possibly could take care of. Adding and subtracting, I can do. Okay, the bill come in $21. Guess what? I send $21 out. Ain't hard. Because at least one day out of the week, you can sit and handle 5 bills: gas, electric, water, cable. Where the hell else did I live? I think that was probably about it. I, I might be missing one. That's it. If you can't handle that, then if you want to be so left alone, hey, just be prepared for your money to end up missing when it's time to end up missing. So, like I say, the stupidity. A lot of guys start relying on a lot of people for, taking care of what they're working hard for, what they're bleeding for, what they're going through pain for. See it. I know I one situation, everybody kept telling me I was so smart, so smart. I'm like, why? I don't trust the system. It wasn't that I don't think I was that smart. I didn't trust them. It's other people in control of my life. If I walk into that building and they tell me get out, I gotta go. I can't say, oh well, I'm so and so and I did this and oh no, you supposed to pay. Nah, it doesn't work like that. I had the banker tell me, they didn't tell me specifically who, but it was just like, yeah, man, you pretty smart guy, man. We done already had guys come over here asking for loans during the season. So what are you doing with your money? You're trying to live a lifestyle that you can't. People fail to realize it's only maybe 3 or 4 people, except for the Redskins, that may have a multi-million-dollar contract. Everybody else is making hundreds of thousands. Now let's break it down. Hundreds of thousands sound great, which it is, especially for a young person under 30. But you have the job tax, so that means you're taxed in every state. You have to pay your lawyers. You have to pay your agents. You can't live in the hood when you playing professional sports. You're not gonna make it. And then even still, where most buildings are, the owners don't want to live in the hood, so they're not gonna put their players in the hood. That's putting yourself in danger, in harm's way. So you're gonna live in higher rent districts. You get taxed state and taxed federal. So that $1 million, that $100,000, start looking real slim. Like I told people when they was like, yeah, man, you signed the Redskins, oh, you a millionaire. No, I wasn't a millionaire. My first check, I was more upset at how much they took out more than what I made. I wasn't surprised at what it made because I was playing professional football. But how much they took out, I was like, is this legal? So it's a lot of factors that people fail to realize that go into why guys go broke. The lifestyle alone. You got a lot of stuff happening real fast. Like I always say, especially when I finished playing and I started coming into the regular world, like, man, I've already been there, done that. And I wasn't even 30. Just how fast that business moves, it makes you grown very fast. And if you don't catch up, you still want to trick off, oh, I make 10 million, so I mean I can spend a million. Eh, may want to sit back and analyze and look at these numbers yourself. All you do is move a couple zeros and say, okay, if I had $80, what could I do with it? Instead of 800,000. The cars, the clothes, the women, the drugs, part of the lifestyle. Can you keep up with it? Can you maintain it? And if you can, for how long? When you get married, if you get married, how many baby mamas you got? All that stuff plays a major factor, man, on why some of these guys end up with no money. They got the fame. What happened to the fortune? Shoot, give me the fortune, you can keep the fame. That's just how I feel about it. So I can pay my bills. But yeah, that's me, Donnarian Mechanics, on why I think athletes end up going broke. Leave me more questions, man. Love it. Talk to you.